Testing mic one, two, one, two. Hello. Hello, family. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, and thank you all for coming to my channel. My name is Sawa. That's what you can say by Sawa. Sawa, like sir. Wow, relax. But because of the English version makes it higher. You see, whenever you speak English, guys, your tone of voice is elevated to about 440 hertz, because the sound is flip. So like I said, you speak with your tone increasing. You speak with your tone increasing. You see, so whenever you say my name, English, when they say Sawa, they say Sawa, Sawa. They put it up, like it's going up. But my name is actually going down. So it's like Sawa. You see how it sound? When you say it ancient tone, it's relaxed. When you say it in English, it's high. Sawa. You see the name? How it sound? Sawa. English? Sawa. So let's go ahead and do some preaching a little bit before I move forward. But after the preaching, yesterday we did two versions of this video. The first version of the video, guys, I was actually all the way in. The second version, I think I used some words that I wanted to redo the whole video because I just don't want you to say, whoa, this lady is all the way pounding, fufu pounding. You understand? No, 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 no. I'm not pounding this fufu right now. I just want you to have, I want to feed your conscience. You understand? I am somebody that is entertained and is aroused by feeding people their conscience to help them understand who they actually are. So I call myself a spiritual teacher. I am only a teacher. I'm only here to teach you. You see, you may think that a lot of people say, you are just a student. I'm like, no. You see, I'm a student right now because of how I look in front of you, of how I don't possess a lot of the things that you think you have advanced in your world possessing. I don't hold that. So you will call me a student in your world. But in my world, you are a child. You just got born. You are pregnant. You're not born yet. Because if I break my head to a book and told you every single see how it came about, how to do it, how to make it, you'll say, oh no, this is something we gotta talk about. You understand? But guess what? Just like I said, some people gets the privilege, others don't, and others continue to try and never give up. And that's the mindset you're supposed to have. If you fall, you shall rise. You can. Hey, mistakes are part of human beings. And so every time you come here on my channel, there's something that I do. I don't teach you in the sense of read the book, but a book, but a book, but a dumb. Let me drink on this. Hey guys, every morning when you wake up, get you some warm water and some cinnamon. Dice it in just a little bit and drink it off. You understand? It really help so that help with forgetfulness. Cinnamon, guys. Let me tell you something. You're going to be shocked. I'm gonna tell you. Cinnamon, guys. Cinnamon. Okay, go ahead. Huh? and go to Alzheimer's. Go to Alzheimer's. Go to Parkinson and find out what is the English name for the medication that is always in and for Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Go to the English name. Go to the English name. Just when you read the English name, you laugh. Because if you speak another ancient language, you laugh. Why? Because that medication is only called cinnamon. This is how I was in class. I was like, wait, the way I'm reading the medication, it only said cinnamon. And I was like, well, why they don't say like this? And asthma medication that I was reading whenever I was, in school, and I'm translating to ancient language, and I'm reading. I said it says vitamin D. And so I sitting there, I'm saying the ancient language only say vitamin D for the asthma. And then they sit, you see, and so I'm in the classroom, guys. I'll continue this. I'm in the classroom when the teachers are literally struggling to say the whole word for the whole words for this a simple for a simple medication, and they are struggling saying apolistica rasapa ianasuts, and I'm like, cinnamon. And then they do it again, vitamin D, right? Sinocanomatulasa. What is this? And then let me tell you what happened. After they finish saying that, you tell them, so how's the medication made? Oh, hold on. They said it was combined with C4 with C2 with C1. And I said, what is that? Oh, it has vitamin D. And I was like, oh, okay. Guys, in classroom. And so you see, because I was laughing inside my head, I have to really be serious and say, I'm gonna learn their way. God, let me forget and everything. I just wanna learn their way. I wanna be like them. Like, let me just not think that way. And so I'm struggling at the point where I'm literally looking at every medication on the base aspect of it, and it's coming through my head. And I'm sitting there like, no, 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 no. I want to learn Apachikarachiskit. And then later on, I have to break it down and say that Apachikarachiskit came from what I'm trying to hide it in my head, that I know that that's what the word is saying. Because I'm always like, God, please, I want to do people's way. I want to follow them. Let me just please forget about me. I don't want to think like me. Let me think like them. And I follow them, and then I go, because I don't want to be left behind. I want to be with the crowd. You see, that's how I'm thinking. I want to study like the crowd is doing. How are they studying? All they're doing is memorization. You calm the roar of the seas and the noise of the waves. You calm the uproar of the people. Then they repeat it to themselves 3 times. You calm the roar of the sea, the uproar, and then the exam come. What's the answer? You calm the roar of the sea. And me too, I can't do that. I'm sitting there like, God. Sometimes even the whole exams get wiped out from my face. I'm like, oh, what is this? And I get a whole brand new exam, and I'm like, I didn't take this exam. I took something different. So I'm sitting there like, okay, You calm the roar of the sea and the noise of the waves and you uproar of the people. Okay, what it means is, guess what? You have empathy for others. There's compassion. People actually feel your presence of what? Your presence, your gift of how do you call it? Your gift of comfort. This is how I put it first. And then when I get to the exam, I'm like, they want me to remember, you calm the roar of the sea and the noise of the waves, and you calm the roar of the people. All this part of education aspect of things is only teaching our kids that learn not for your memory to forget things. This process of education only teach you do not forget things. And that's where if you pray in spiritually, you are telling God, I told people this. You see, I don't know who went ahead and said forget, 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 forget. Because when you put it in the English book saying forget, 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 guess what happened? Whenever you go to education, education is teaching you remember, remember, remember. So education is helping you to remember. Christianity, or what they were preaching later on, was teaching you to forget. So the kids are going to school, let me forget, have this almost like a plug into their head. You see, it's almost like a car meter. Whenever you have this thing plug in there, sensor plug in there, when the sensor is always telling you, learn to forget things that you have done wrong, that's not good. Whenever you plug that sensor is now gone, it's there. So now you go ahead and you are now with a place where you must remember. You understand? Where you must always learn to remember. So this is what happens with the sensor. You are teaching yourself to forget. The sensor in education is teaching you remember your wrongdoings so you can pass your classes. Education, spirituality is teaching you forget your wrongdoings so you can move forward. So this sensor that's there, it has created a hole, a black let me not use that word. It has created a hole, a strong man hole, a strong woman's hold upon people's mind, people's head, that they are now walking around confused on the notion that, do I forget my wrongdoings to do right? Or do I remember my wrongdoings to do right? That's where the issue is. That's where I go to the education system and I said, no, you are wrong. And no, how you all are teaching through the Bible must be talked about. This is it. The English word is turn around. So when you're reading English, you are thinking is forget it. No, it's telling you remember your wrongdoings, that you don't do it again and again. And the Bible have talked about this, but they said no. The Bible said forgive and forget. And I said no. That part was bamboozled. It was twisted around because of the translation. It was lost in its translation. And let me tell you something, the way the English is telling you, you think you it's lost into its translation. But when you translate that same word forgive and forget to an ancient language, this is how it goes. It says what? Forgive and forget, right? You would think, okay, well, no, it tell you forgive, but remember your wrongdoing so that you don't do that mistake again. So the ancient word only tell you, do forgive and do not repeat. Do not repeat. They said forget. You understand? So now let me teach you this. I'm sorry. I get a little deeper. Forgive me. Let's go ahead and calm it down. Take you some little bit drink. Cinnamon, it will help open your brain cells and everything, and help with a lot of sickness. Like if you have whatever they call it, everything you have, it help you out. Like strength wise, a lot of things. So take some, just a little bit every morning. You can put chocolate and cinnamon together. Just don't put so much. Just put a little bit tiny scoop and just small and then drink out. Okay? Okay. So let's go back. Do not repeat. Forgive and do not repeat it. So let me tell you where the sensor is that's causing the problem. The sensor has been plugged into forgive and forget from spirituality, that it has also been what? It has been plugged in education, saying, don't forget, remember it, so that next time you pass it on your class. So this is me trying to study. Let me give you an example. Me trying to study in school. Okay, I remember every word here in ancient word. How is all saying, but in English is reading something different. Literally, I can read a whole English paragraph back to ancient language, and you will find out that it was only cussing. It was dark. It was dark. And I was like, wait, this is dark. Dark in the sense of, wait, some is dark. Dark in the sense of, you're gonna say, wait, the language is making it dark to an ancient language. You see? So now you say, no, 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 no. There is good and there is bad. But a lot of people have been taught, have been programmed, have learned a language that program their mindset in another way. You see what I mean? So now the censor. This is why education made so much money, because education taught you to do what? Remember the wrongdoings and do what? And do not forget it. Where if the pastors, the preachers were teaching this, they could have made people so faithfully strong, but they didn't really understand that part. So education doing that, education started to gain more money. Because what? Because of that tiny part. Because people were saying, okay, now I remember the job I'm doing. Now I remember it. I go back there every single day. You remember it, you do it over and over. So the jobs was helping people work their brain on how to remember things. And the church, even though it's encouraging others and everything, the people are forgetting their wrongdoings. They continue doing wrong and they keep coming to church to seek salvation. Meanwhile, if they taught this part, guess what? People were going to now know the fact that, okay, now I have learned that I need to take care of these things. Let me open the church. Let me open it up. Let me broaden it up so that others can also learn this process. You see? So that I don't become greedy and get stuck with the notion that I have to follow this type of sequence, and so everybody will come underneath my church. I'll be the biggest church because I know this and they don't know it. You see? Meanwhile, churches was only put, you see, when they say, the Bible said, go out there and be preachers of salvation. Go out there and tell those folks the word of God. This is what, it's telling you. Go out there, and tell those that are there that they need to know that it's family. They need to have love for one another. They need to know that we must move forward. They need to know that in the cycle of love, in the cycle of life, somebody fall, somebody rise, somebody, all these things. Go out there and preach it out. Let people have faith. Do not give up. Encourage others. Why? Because during the ages that we move forward in this life cycle, there are some energies that come through, that these energies literally suppress the mindsets of people. People then become wicked. People then forget things. People then do things that are not even of them. They don't know that they are doing it, but it has taken over their bodies. It has taken over their mindset. So they are doing these things out of nowhere. So that's why we have to go out there and tell others. You see, but because we did not go out there speaking to others about, hey, this is human selfishness played into this aspect, where people want, we want a one church, everybody be under this church and be under this notion, and you cannot expect. Meanwhile, it's uniqueness every day. Everybody is different. So people can go ahead and preach and talk and teach this thing where in other, for other people to understand it. You see, it's almost like having the same teacher teach one course. When this teacher is monotone, sleeping, monotone, it's not even sleeping. Whenever he teaches, all the kids sleep because his voice is so sweet. His voice is so calming. So the kids sleep in his class. And the teacher doesn't even know that the kids sleep in his class. Why? And he gets pissed off trying to beat the kids. No, you cannot beat the kids. You understand? You have to find a way that you can speak to the kids for them to be like, yes, to have the energy with them. You see, you have to learn this. If you have a monotone, you have to now learn to speak with emphasis on certain things. So when you're speaking, this is how you go. You don't do, so the book was like this and then it became like that and everything. No, 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 no. You said the book was like this, but it became like that. The book was like this, but it became like this. You have to break in your words and rise up one time and break and rise. So whenever you do break and rise and you are monotone, people listen a lot and they don't sleep. They continue to listen all the time. So don't be thought of don't do it. Okay? Monotone is the best tone for every human being. Why? Because when you are speaking it, you can rise it up, you can put it down low, you can do all these things, and it calms another person down. You can literally use your voice to heal people. You understand? You see, okay, like example, why did, and some musicians that were really legendaries, let me tell you, some real legendaries that came up out, they all had a monotone. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of them had monotone. And so how were they able to do it? They can do an S wave so smooth. You understand? They can it literally be in the middle, like an octave. They can be there in the middle and just go just so smooth. You will be shocked. They don't go down, they don't go up, but they can stay in the middle. So this is when I meet certain ladies, certain males that are, I'm like, no, you're going to mess your energy up. You will start behaving and talking and moving weird ways, and you don't need that. Be steady, let your voice flow, and you can get it. So let's go back where the sensor is. So the sensor that's plugged within education and spirituality. Spirituality teaching about forget it. Education teaching about remember it. It has been a fight, a tug of war for our kids. So our kids now move from spirituality saying, I will go with the education system, the education culture. Remember, the education is also a culture. I'll go with the education culture where this happens. I'm only it's going to help me remember and I'm going to do a job. Let me tell you this. This is what happened to the kids that goes up there. They go in there, education wise, you have been educated, beautiful, you young man, young woman, You have done it for your community. They get a job, and guess what happened? They're excited. I can't believe I'm doing this job. I love this. This is what I love. Guess what? They do the job 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years. Guess what? They just remembered repeating themselves over and over and over and over and over and over for the last 5 years. They have been stuck in a cycle where they only doing a repetition. So this is where the issue comes in for them. And most of them don't realize this. Because the education system first drag you in teaching you how to remember. What does the education system do to you after you have get to the end of it? It teach you how to forget. Now you are stuck at a place where you have remembered and remembered and remembered. You have advanced your brain to a certain level of remembrance that you are now stuck at that place. So all you are going to do is you doing that cycle of the education that you have attained, that you think you are teaching others. You are stuck at that place, right? You are only remembering that tiny part of yourself, and that tiny part of remembrance that you think you are remembering doing your job, it occupies 8 hours of your life, or 9 hours. Some people work 10 hours. That 10 hours of your life, that's a half of the day. And if you come home to be with your kids, you only have like about 4 hours, 3 hours at home with your kids. So, do you have time for yourself? No. Do you have time to actually broaden that left part of your brain, the right part? You know, those parts of your brain that you thought you were going in the education system, you attain this, and you can go ahead, open your own business, do this, do this. No, it didn't help you that way. It only made you almost like become a little slave, a little. Let me not use that word. You became a follower of corporate industrial world, where you only follow, and you are not able to use your own conscience to attain something greater than of yourself. So, what has the educating system done to you after you have advanced yourself so high? That part is you have advanced, you have gained, and you have got there. You are stuck in that little cycle, but you have forget who you are as a being, the qualities that you hold, that you were given to come here to share with others. You have forgotten it. You understand? You have forgotten that part. So what happened with you is you now growing up, huh, in the system of repetition of your job, meaning you are doing your job 15 years, 20 years. I met a lady that clean was the housekeeper for 30 years, clean for 30 years. And I said, wow, 30 years. And then when she met me, she said, oh my God, it's time. She said, the lady retired after she retired. She said, oh, I can't believe this. The lady did retire. She was so sweet. She said, yeah, the lady retired. I think her husband worked for one of the big, I think was an FBI agent, something like that. But lady retired. May God bless her wherever she is. Spanish lady. She helped me out when I needed help. So may God bless her. So this is what happened. All of a sudden, you have been doing this job for 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 30 years. You have forgotten everything. And then you speak to people like this. She's like, oh my God, are you serious? And they sit down there, they are shocked. When you're talking to them, they are like, Sarah, I say, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. You want to open your own business? Yes, you can do it. Have courage. And they are like, but I don't think I can. I said, no. You see, I met people at the corporate world, people that are doing these. They, she's like, oh, I don't think I can do it on my own. I think I can fail. You see, because they were programmed in the mindset of following somebody's vision and working. Only go get a job, go do an 8 to 5. Go get a job, go do an 8 to 5. So now she's like, I don't think I will ever make it out there. And I'm like, wait, why do you think this way? No, some people even said, I don't even think I have it in my head that I'll be able to open my own business. I say, why? They are like, no, it's never in my head. How can I think that way? And I'm only for the medical field. And I laugh at them because I'm like, you only for the medical field, man? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, bro, so in the medical field, what can you do to help the medical field? Well, I just come and work and do my job and go home. I'm like, oh, jeez. You see, that's the problem we have. And I said, so all these 5,000 products that you see here in the medical field, 15,000 products that you see, you're not able to say, I'm going to pick one up and see how I can improve this and get somebody else somewhere to put a tag on it and say, I'm going to sell it on my own and see which medical field is going to accept at least one of my products. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. You have to have money." And I'm like, "But you say you people are saying you make $500,000 a year, you know?" And he said, "Yeah, but I just don't have that time. You know, I just have. I bought a five. I bought a 1 million. You know, these people buy $1 million houses, $500,000 houses, all the way out. And you're looking at them like, so you have no." She said, "My head is empty." I can never think this way. No, and then you look at them, they continue this. I'm telling you guys, I talked to a whole lot. I feel like I was a little investigation, a little investigator, going around talking to people to see how they behave. And I said, "Whoa, the corporate world have let these people forget how treasure, how much treasure they hold within them." I'm like, a lot of people are walking gold. You speak to them and you are like, my God, you could have been one of the most famous thing. And then they are like, nah, that's not part. I say, no. Look at how handsome you are. Look at how beautiful you are. You are stuck here. No. Uh, some people just complain about they need surgery 24/7. Something. I'm like, wait a minute. You understand? So this is where I'm telling you, the education systems, the censor, remember, the censor pull you out to tell you, I'll teach you how to remember, to use your brain. Your brain always want to to um to advance itself, right? And how does the brain do it? It always needs something new to try it out, and it increases its intelligence. So it broaden its aspect of its aspect of thinking. The brain always does that. So it needs it like this. So if the education system found this way, they say, okay, I'll give you something to feed your brain that you're going to advance yourself, you're going to learn to be powerful and all that stuff. But when you get there, you're only going to do a cycle, the same job over and over and over and over and over and over. And some people are like, well, I got an increase, I got a promotion, and they get promotion, and guess what? They are still doing the promotional job, but on another level of it has been flipped in their face. So they think they have advanced their career, but they didn't advance their thoughts. They are still at the lower level of thinking. You see, so that's where some of the, I can tell you, I meet some directors, and then I stand and I talk to them. I'm like, oh, that's painful. Why? Because the person, the way they having the conversation with you, 1, 2, 3, and everything, at the end of it, I'm like, the way you had a conversation, you didn't advance your thinking as you came about and became on the top. You only lowered your you are only on still on the same basic of thoughts. And it's so easy to pick up. Why? Because the person only repeats its line twice and turn it. twice and turn it, twice and turn it. So you're able to always figure out if somebody is advanced in their thoughts. Okay. So this was what's happening. So now they are stuck in there. They are doing the same job over and over. They are answering emails. They are like, every day I'm checking emails. What is new? What email that came out? You see, they are always doing this. And another person comes up, and guess what they're doing? The same task every day. 8 o'clock, come in, drink the coffee. Oh my God, this is the most scariest thing I also found out. The coffee situation. Hey, I said, what is in these things they're drinking? Some people, it's like you have put electricity in them after they drink these things. I say, hey baby, calm down. And literally run like it don't look right, and I'm like, whoa. And then they are off on it, and then they go get them. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is me drinking to my chocolate on the side of the window. Guys, I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. You see, so you see where I'm going with this. So education system have pulled you, teach you to remember, and get you stuck. It didn't push you forward. So you have been pulled and pushed down. That's a push start in your new cars that you guys just brought. That's how it was used to create all these things. Your cars, how the push start came about. First, it was a key. Then you go. So you guys are going and going and going. And guess what? You say, oh, we have advanced. Let's do a push start. You are like, no. It's a level of how people's conscience and how the environment is awakening to, and how we must help to get there. You see, so it's being fed to you tiny bits because you are still at a place where you think, I have to go to the education system, educate, turn, and then get start, push, boom, stop, right there. You see, so now let's go to spirituality. You reading the Bible 24/7, forgive and forget. God says forgive and forget. So I will do the wrong thing every single day, and I go to God, God forgive and forget me. Forgive and I forget. And then you go back again, and then you do that same thing. Forgive and then I forget it. God, forgive and I forget it. So this is where I'm going to also bring the music industry to you for you to understand. So you have been doing this. The sensor is there. The education sensor is also there. What the education sensor did, it has pushed its button. So now those people over there with the educate that have been educated so high and got all their degrees to the T top trend, boom on the floor. Damn, they are there doing the cycle. Their life, when you see them and you meet them, they got it all going materialistic wise. But life itself within them, sometimes when you sit to speak to some of them, they break. Few minutes, they break. It doesn't even take an hour. Now I'm gonna give you a 30 minutes real conscious speaking. Some of them break. They are like, man, I never thought of myself like that. I think it's actually time to that I can do something for myself too. And I'm like, yeah, yes you can. Don't leave your job because you have all this $5 billion, 500,000 million dollars worth of homes and everything. Don't leave it, right? Because you got to pay it. But what I would advise you on there is go and get what? Some kind of your savings, get some kind of like a little something that you think you can work on it. But they're like, well, I don't want to fail. And I said, how many times did you fail doing this job? Every day I get a complaint. I'm like, so why do you hold yourself high? So why do you hold yourself at a place where you cannot forgive yourself when you do wrong? They're like, well, because I don't want people to laugh. I said, why do you have to look at people at this job? Is everybody looking at you? Yes. And how do you feel? Well, I know my job. When I come, I do. I said the same thing. Later on, it's going to come to you. Later on, you're going to realize that you doing the right thing. When you do the right thing to people and people come to your store to do stuff, buy from you, they will appreciate you and will not go out there to say all this stuff. If they do go out there and say all that stuff, guess what happened to them? They get their pay. But you continue doing good, you'll be recognized for it. You see, these folks, some of them that I talk to, they sit down, they're like, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. And then tomorrow you see them, they cannot do it. They're like, no, I cannot do it. I will never be able to do it. I can't. And I'm like, no, who is doing this to you? And it's like, no, it's just they doing it to themselves because the chain is so strong. What chain is it, guys? What chain is it? What bondage is this? Come on, give it to me. You know it. The spirit of pride. It's called the spirit of pride. Them starting from the bottom again, trying to have their own business and make it in life, they hold something called the spirit of pride that they are thinking, if I go out there and fail, others will laugh at me. I have so much pride that I am the director of this whole business. I'm the director of this whole corporation. I'm the director of this whole thing. So I just I don't want to just go start and I fail. And I'm like, well, because if I fail, people gonna be like, oh, she went and do. And look, I'm not gonna lie, people do that. I heard and I seen and I was there. People get laughed at for the sake of their business not going well. And I said, man, one just cannot catch a break when you're trying to make it, and just because you fail, yes, you're going to have it. Others are going to sit down there and laugh at you. You're going to be a laughing stock for others. You understand? But do you give up? You ask them, do you give up? They're like, no. I said, when you come here trying to get the $8 to $9 check every single time, and when you come here and you make mistakes during your training, did you give up? No, because I have a job. I have to continue to learn. Then why is it when you go to your own business, you fail? You said, well, this is how they say, well, because, how did they put it? Well, because, when I fail, I put money in there and it didn't work. And I said, do you know how much money these corporations pump in just to put this building up for you to sit here and run this business? Because I'm teaching you this. They put a lot of money. You understand? These folks put a lot of money in there to open corporate businesses and all these other businesses you go and do. They do. Yeah. The bags don't work, something broke, this happened, you gotta go. Yes, it's money in there that they go through. So if you think you're going to open your business and you fail one time and that's it, you got it wrong. You can open one, hey, two, three, you fail it, that's fine. You push up to something different. Change it. It didn't work, change it. Go out there, have connections, talk to this person, talk to that person, and you are good. And start it. You can literally, I tell people, you can open a broad if you don't have any idea of what you want to do. Open a store that you sell everything. The African way. They open a store and they sell everything in the store. You see, start selling everything in that store. But all of a sudden, you find out the product that people are buying so much, you go ahead and advance that product. You find out that even within all the things that you are doing, guess what? There's one in there that's for you. There's always something in there for somebody. There's always one thing in there for somebody. And also, if you want to open your own business, I can tell you what is in your household you are always fighting about. Wrong numbers be calling me everywhere. Guys, hold on. I don't know where these people are calling me from. You see what I'm telling you is this. You go ahead. What are you missing in your household? That you are always fighting about this about whatever that's going on in your household, that's probably what you need to work on for others. You found out that everybody that's on your line is missing that part, that piece of themselves. And you can influence others. You can make it bigger over there on your own scale. You see? So now the sensor, back to it. How do you pull the sensor out of your head? I try to pull it from a lot of people's head. The car sensor. Now, people that are stuck at the notion of they have been highly so educated to the top, most of them stop going to church. Yes, they did stop going to church. And when they stop going to church, they literally do this. You get up, you go eat, you drink, and you sleep, and you are gone. That's it, right? That's fine. The sensor is no more sensor. It's a whole big plug that has been put inside. It was a little small sensor that you can pull out from underneath your car. But now it's no more that sensor. This one is the whole box, the whole box of the sensor. It has grown to very nasty look everywhere. So now this is what happens. You go ahead and they are stuck there, they are doing this and they start to break down. Do you know that? They start to break down. How do they break down? Their legs start hurting. Their knees start giving in. They get weaker. They start going at home fighting with family, talking, anyhow. They eating anyhow. Their health starts to go down, and they have become almost like they have been weighed so much. Now they're walking around with heavy hearts. They're about to retire. They find out that just right before they retire, the amount of money they have is not going to be able to even sustain them. And if they retire, what are they going to do? I'm telling you, they tell themselves, if I retire right now, what is there for me to do? A lady said this to me. I was like, oh my God, what is happening in the world? What is there for me to do? I don't know. Can you help me? I cannot think. I don't know what to do. And then you look at them. Well, when I retire, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna sit home and I said, this is why retirees are dying. Why? Because they were programmed to the notion that once you get rid of corporate jobs, remember it remembered you, you help remembered you to a point that it has put a stop on your age. You are done. So now you are going 65. 65. 65 is when you are retiring. And I'm like, you have never seen the superstar. That's why you are saying at 65 you are done. You understand? There's a star of the world and you have not seen it. That's why you saying at 65 you are done. Because guess what? When you see the star, you realize life goes on. People pay to see a star that say, life goes on, baby. So I gotta continue going my life. It's not the end for you. Who said it's the end? You are beginning of something greater of yourself. You understand? So here is where they said, "Ah, but I hit a retirement and I don't know what to do and I don't want to use." This is how the mistake folks make. They want to get into retirement before they go and open their business. Jesus Christ. Hey, I beg, who is teaching these people this thing? Hey? And I said, your retirement money that you are going to use to take care of yourself, 65 is when you are going to use that money to open business. Madam, you have only 5 years to be 70 years. I said, no. You're supposed to open your business when you are in the corporate. When you are working as a young man, as a young woman. Open it. The money they're giving you on the side, you use some to do this, you use some to do that. Now you're figuring yourself at the background of it. Okay, this is where I go. This is where I must not be. This is how it's supposed to be. This is what not supposed to be. You are making the mistakes as you are in your corporate world. But you see, some of us, the devil continue to torment us. Means if you open your business or whatever, he's at the back saying no. You know, some of you, you trying to make it and he's still there saying no. He trying to pull it you down. Oh, don't get me wrong. If you ever you meet the don't get me wrong, when you go out there and you meet somebody that it's almost like they are sent to bamboozle you. You are like, wait, I'm trying to make it. What's up with you trying to pull me down? You are horrible. You need some help, man. You see what I mean? That's a boom to my left. So now you sit down there saying, what is going on here? Don't get me wrong. You see? So this is where the question comes back in. And that is, no matter what you go through, do not give up on your life. Hold fast on your life. Things will come to you. You will be tried. Things will fall upon your face. You cannot make it. You will think of yourself, oh, no, 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 this is it. But guess what? Because you believe that you are only the beginning of your journey. Whatever step you are taking right now, I'm telling you, at the end of your journey, your great grandchildren, somebody would have done it to show it to you that yes, the journey and the path that you took was not for what? Was not for no cause. So that's what comes in there. I tell people appreciate others for everything that they have done. So now I meet someone, I said, man, I really appreciate what you've done. This is really beautiful. Why? Because I have the understanding. It's in my level how he's seeing me. He's seeing me as maybe a neighbor or whatever. He's seeing me as maybe a grocery store girl that go there. But at the end of it, I see him as maybe my grandson somewhere, and he has made it because I took a greater step. So I have to appreciate that person. And if I didn't make it, that's how you think. Appreciate others. We are all on the same, it's almost like a spider web. We are all on it, trying to figure our way out on the web. And how is it that you don't get pulled to the side? And if you get pulled to the side, we bring you back in and make sure you're good. You see, so these people, I talk to people that were in corporate world, and they literally sit down there like, man, I never thought about that. And I'm like, yes, I never thought about that. And I'm like, yeah, you don't wait to 65 to start doing your own thing. But and I said, no, nobody said come to the job and advertise your business. Because if you do that, guess what they say? Guess what they say? Soliciting of a business. Do you see that? So do your own on the side. Wait till you get off. Don't share with these folks up there, because I saw somebody was trying to open their business, and one person at the job went there and report the person because he tell the other lady, you want to buy from me, and then it became a chaos and the lady got fired trying to go open his business on the side. And the friend, you see how they did it. I was like, oh my god. So everything you do, you have to have common sense. If you open your business, hey, I just opened my business, but that's it. Don't tell somebody, hey, this, no, no, that's it. Don't even, sometimes it's like, this is how I find out. Don't do it with not even at the job. Give it to outsiders so the people at the job find out, and then you are like, oh yeah, I was doing this on the side. That's it. You understand? Oh yeah, I was doing this on the side. And I didn't want you guys to technically know it. And so you go ahead and do this thing, you know? And then you are okay. But what I'm trying to tell you is, when these folks are saying, there's nothing in my head, I don't think I can ever even do it. It doesn't even come to me. It's it's so sad when you have to hear these things. It's so sad. And in their house, you are like, so every day you go to grocery shopping, yes. What do you buy? Man, we buy like a whole bunch of this, and I'm like, okay, how do you know how they make this bread or something? Yeah, but it's only for it's like corporate and all that stuff. And I was like, who said that? Do you know you can? Let me tell you guys something. The lotion business, only $600. You can open your whole line of lotion, and you go to the company, a whole line of lotions. You can open it. The company, guess what they do? They even show you the bottles. They show you how is you what perfume you want to put in there. They do all the testing for you. $700. Then you test it, you smell it, everything, and they say they'll pump it out for you. They'll put your label, your tag, everything, and you can sell on your own and become something great. If not that great, at least you try something. Your stuff is, how do I get in the store? Hey, go to these stores. Like I said, talk to these females that are in the front. Hey, I sell this lotion. I sell this hair products. Can you just see if it will help? And then start putting it here, here. People start knowing this. Yes, boom, you are gone. You see what I mean? You start doing all these things, and then you start to advance it. But what I'm trying to teach you here is, I have the vision that I have. I cannot put it on the paper. Do you know why? I'm not gonna put it on the paper, no. But I know I have it in my head, and it's there. You see, it's a big brother vision, and it's not gonna be a vision that folks are going to. No, no, no. I told you, if I ever made something big, I will only make a monument. That's it. That's it. That's it. A monument. Come in there and you'll be taught. Okay? That's it. Because, and I have it, but I'm not gonna spread it out here because we have spiritual thieves. We have spiritual thieves that your eyes cannot see, but some of them steal your ideas and they run off with it, and they make it because they got the money. Sometimes it's called spiritual thieves. So always be careful too of who you share with. Drink up, baby. So yeah, that's also there. What I'm trying to do is pulling the sensor from your head. So these folks that they have been taught and have been stopped at a place where they're not technically increasing in their intellect. When you are pulling the sensor from them, it's hard. And how do you do this? You start to give them encouragement. You start to tell them, yes, you can do it. Yes, look at this person. Yes, yes, you can do it. Don't give up on yourself. When you are around them, you can feel it. They are drained to death. They are like breathing away. And you're like, no, you can do it. Yes, you're almost there. You said you want to open your business, you want to do it. Go for it. When you fail, it's okay. It hurts. But you did it in a place where you were getting paid as you go. So now you go ahead and redo it again as you go. And guess what's going to happen? You find out one will go all right. When you're still going and it's not right, hey guys, you know how many business can a person own? Trillions. You can go out there to the store, open every business. Now they have a website. Open it all up and see which one will work for you. You go and check it. I had a business that I'm telling you, I'm like, what kind of internet broadband I'm on? Because nobody is actually seeing that my internet broadband I even exist. So I try to call the people that do the internet. I'm like, hey, are you guys switching the my internet broadband here in my home? Because guess what? I feel like nobody can find me and I exist. So you guys, somebody, yes, I'm there like that. So I was like, yeah, please, somebody need to turn it back on. Cause guess what? I'm not dead. I'm alive. And guess what happened? My brother said, the wages of sin is death. Okay. Hmm. Let's drink up to it. So I was like, yeah, who's switching this internet broadband? Because this is so not right. Okay. You need help. So this thing happened. And I'm telling you, like I tell folks, I don't know why you think this way, but you can also, if you think this place is not working for you, be in another country. Go out there. Oh, another country, Jesus! No, I said, why? Why can't you guys travel? Uh, it just, I don't know. I said, but they are willing to go to Bahamas and show their bottle. They are willing to go to some beach. Oh, I gotta go on Facebook, take Instagram, and this thing, show everybody my boo, my new boo, and take a picture with my butt showing and everything, and let the whole world know that I got a boo. And I'm like, man, these people are so stuck up on boo, 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 and poor vacations. And you are literally telling them, God is telling them, take vacation of the job that's draining you to the core and do something for your own self. And they are like, no, I'm taking vacation to go and relax and come back and be a corporate worker still. Baby, drink up to it. So some folks too said, I want to open my business, and well, when I open my business, I just don't like this. So I decided not to work with the folks with the business and everything. And then you look at them, you are like, what's wrong over here? This is the it's a plug. It's a plug and it's a sensor that we have to pull out of us, and it's everywhere. It's a battery system that we gotta pull all these things out. Like, no, what is this? This is nasty. Don't represent what I am. Pull it off. Take it off. You understand? So pulling the sensor out is you taking a step of remembering who you are. Okay? Pulling the sensor out whenever you are in the educating aspect of things, when you have hit the pole, means you have realized that you are doing the same thing over and over and over and over. It's called hit the pole. You have got to the pole. Now you're about to descend up or descend down. If you're going to go down, you're going to start getting sick. You're doing the same thing over and over. You are going to home pissed off at people, talking back and forth, doing all of that noise. So you're going down. Now, when you're going up, you're going to start to remember. Here is where I'm going to end it to you. And after this, we will go to where we're going to go ahead and go to the Bible part when they tell folks to forget and where they hit the stop and how they had to go back to remember who they are. Okay. So it's a two-page to it. Okay. So let me go ahead and end this video because it's too long, 1 hour already. And I'm going to go ahead dive deeper to how you are pulling the sensor, learning to remember yourself. I love you all. Thank you for being here on my channel and have a marvelous, beautiful day.